Yeah. Okay.
My name is Ryan, and on this channel we focus on the people and cultures of each country to celebrate their role in the global community. Today we focus on Turkey, a nation at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. Turkey is a perfect reflection of the exchange of ideas, products, and genetics between continents. In this episode, we'll answer the following questions and so much more. Why is Turkish cuisine among the best on the planet? What world-renowned saint lived his life in Turkey? What type of visitors does Turkey lead the world in? And which of the 7 ancient wonders of the world can be found in this amazing country? I'll be gifting the answers to these questions and so much more throughout the episode. Let's take a journey through Turkey, starting with its geography. Ready? Let's do this.
I'm so OA. I got Obama behind me. I'm Vinny Chase.
A country and 2 continents, much of Turkey is on the Anatolian Peninsula and is surrounded by seas on 3 sides: the Aegean, the Black Sea, and the Mediterranean. And while many countries think they are the center of the world, Turkey actually is. The geographical center of all land surfaces on Earth can be found in Turkey's Kırşehir province. Countries neighboring Turkey include Bulgaria to the northwest, Greece to the west, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Iran to the east, Georgia to the northeast, Syria to the south, and Iraq to the southeast. Turkey is home to 7 geographical regions. In order of population, the Marmara region is located in northwest Turkey and is by far the most populated region in the country. It's home to Istanbul, Turkey's largest city and one of the most iconic places on the planet. The world's only transcontinental city, Istanbul's European and Asian sides are connected by 3 bridges: the 15 July Martyrs Bridge, the Fatih Sultan Mehmet Bridge, and further north, the Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge, currently the 5th tallest bridge in the world. The Central Anatolia region is where you can find Turkey's capital and 2nd largest city, Ankara. Considered the heartland of the country, it is home to the historical region of Cappadocia. Çatalhöyük is also in the region, dating back to 7500 BC. It is the largest and best preserved Neolithic site found to date. The Mediterranean region, also known as the Turkish Riviera, covers the southern coast of Turkey and is known for its summer tourism, specifically to visit its stunning beaches. The Aegean region is home to Izmir, Turkey's 3rd largest city. This region has the country's largest coastline and is a major producer of olives. The region is also well known for its beaches and the ancient city of Ephesus. Southeastern Anatolia is the smallest region in Turkey and has rolling hills and a broad plateau surface that extends into Syria. The only region of Turkey that produces oil, many of the Turkish Kurds live here. The Black Sea region is the only Turkish region in which more people live in rural rather than urban areas. Much of the world's hazelnuts are grown in this region. It's also a center of coal mining and heavy industry. And finally, the Eastern Anatolia region is the largest and most mountainous region in Turkey and is home to Mount Ararat, Turkey's largest mountain and the suggested place for where Noah ran his ark aground. It is also the location of Lake Van, Turkey's largest lake. So who lives in this land? Let's find out next in the people section.
Life is brief. Don't let that get you down.
Living in a crossroads between Asia and Europe, the genetic disposition of the Turkish people is quite complicated. Keeping it as brief as possible, they are a mixture of many peoples, such as the Anatolian Neolithic farmers, Indo-European migrants including the Hittites, Turkic migrations from Central Asia, Byzantine and Roman influences, and relations with their neighbors the Greeks, Armenians, and Kurds. Mix it all up and you have the modern Turkish people. Today the Turkish are a distinct group within the broader Turkic people, a family of diverse ethnic groups residing in Asia and parts of Europe. Going beyond the genetic and ethnic aspect, Article 66 of the Turkish Constitution defines a Turk as anyone who is bound to the Turkish state through the bond of citizenship. Inclusiveness. I like it. Around 3/4 of the Turkish population are ethnic Turks. A country of 85 million people, Turkey is home to 47 ethnic groups, with the largest minority group being the Kurds, a group who have their own language and live in Turkey and several bordering countries. Many Kurds want an independent nation called Kurdistan. And on a side note, it's important to note that Turks are not Arabs, despite the widespread misconception. In addition to native-born Turks, Turkey currently hosts the largest refugee population in the world, with over 4 million refugees. How do the Turkish people feel about the influx of refugees? If you live there, we'd like to know your feelings about it in the comments. And while you're at it, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy learning about the people and cultures living around the world. Now let's take a look at some of the notable people from Turkey. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk was the founder of modern Turkey. Serving as the country's first president from 1923 until his passing in 1938, Atatürk dedicated himself to transforming Turkey into a modern, secular, and progressive nation. He made far-reaching reforms that reshaped Turkish society. Keeping it in the family, Sabiha Gökçen was adopted by Ataturk when she was 12. An inspiration in her own right, she became the world's first female fighter pilot in 1936. In her career, she flew around 8,000 hours and participated in 32 different military operations. Mehmed the Conqueror was an influential Ottoman sultan who achieved one of history's greatest military feats by capturing Constantinople in 1453, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of the Ottoman Empire's dominance. Mehmed continued his conquest in Anatolia and in southeast Europe as far west as Bosnia. Reigning from 1520 to 1566, Suleiman the Magnificent is known for his military prowess and cultural patronage. He expanded the empire's territories, implemented significant legal reforms, and fostered a golden age of arts and literature. And finally, Santa Claus himself, St. Nicholas, was an early Christian bishop who was born and lived his life in modern-day Turkey. Legendary for his secret gift-giving, he is said to have rescued 3 girls from being forced into prostitution by dropping a sack of gold coins through the window of their house each night for 3 nights so their father could pay a dowry for each of them. And you thought that Xbox he gave you was life-changing. Turkey has a rich history of inventions and innovations that have made significant contributions to various fields. The first use of coins as a medium of exchange can be traced back to ancient Lydia, a region located in present-day Western Turkey around the 7th century BC. These early coins were made of electrum and were minted with a design of various symbols, such as animals, mythical creatures, or religious motifs on one side. The introduction of standardized coins provided a convenient and widely accepted means of exchange, eliminating the need for bartering. They also allowed for easier valuation of goods and helped trade between different regions. The ottoman is a popular type of furniture that acts as an accessory to other pieces of furniture and often has a hollow area under the seating for storage. The ottoman was eventually brought to Europe from the Ottoman Empire in the late 18th century and named after its place of origin. While tulips are generally associated with the Netherlands, they originated from Turkey and Central Asia and were cultivated in Byzantine Constantinople as early as 1055. By the 15th century, tulips were among the most prized flowers, becoming the symbol of the later Ottomans. They were introduced to Northern Europe and became a much sought-after commodity during Tulip Mania, a period of time when the Dutch went crazy for them. Turkish baths, also known as hammams, are unique bathing rituals that combine cleansing, relaxation, and social interaction. They featured steam-filled rooms with varying temperatures, vigorous scrubbing with a mitt, and gentle soap massages. They promote physical well-being, improve blood circulation, exfoliate the skin, and offer a social setting for relaxation and socializing. The greatest inventor in Turkish history is likely Ismail al-Jazari, writer of the Book of Knowledge of Ingenious Mechanical Devices, where he described 50 mechanical devices along with instructions on how to build them. He is credited with the invention of the elephant clock and has been described as the father of robotics and modern-day engineering. Whirling dervishes are Sufi Muslims known for their whirling practice, a form of active meditation. Through their dance called Sema, they spin in a ritualistic manner to symbolize a spiritual journey toward union with God. And contrary to its name, the bird called turkey is native to North America, not Turkey. Misconceptions.
Tell me, what can I do now?
There are millions of people of Turkish descent who live outside of Turkey. Various factors such as economic opportunities and political circumstances have led to the movement of Turkish communities worldwide. The largest Turkish populations abroad can be found in Germany, where many Turkish immigrants moved to after World War II as guest workers. Turks are the largest ethnic minority group in Germany with between 3 and 7 million people of Turkish descent. Enough people where there is even a sizable niche market for Turkish-German cinema. Fatih Akin is a prominent director whose films often examine the place of the Turkish diaspora in Germany. Ethnic Turks in Germany have also contributed to the German national football team with stars such as Mesut Ozil and Emre Can starring for Germany. The Turkish-German community also includes U Şahin, who immigrated to Germany as a child and co-developed the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine with his wife. There are also sizable Turkish populations in France and the United Kingdom, and Turks represent the largest ethnic minorities in Austria and the Netherlands. Notable people include Ans Evren, who was elected as a member of the European Parliament representing France, former United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who was descended from a Turkish great-grandfather, and Dutch-born Azra Akin, who won the title of Miss Turkey in 2002 before becoming Miss World. The first Turkish arrivals in the future United States came in 1586 when Sir Francis Drake brought around 200 Muslims, known as Turks and Moors, to the English colony of Roanoke in present-day North Carolina. These individuals had been enslaved as galley slaves by the Spanish but were liberated by Drake's fleet. Today, there are over 1 million people of Turkish descent living in the United States. Turkish Americans live in all 50 states, although the largest concentrations are found in New York City and Rochester, New York, Washington, D.C., and Detroit, Michigan. Notable Turkish Americans include Dr. Mehmet Oz, a cardiothoracic surgeon, author, and television personality. Aziz Sancar was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2015 for his work on DNA repair mechanisms. And Ahmet Erdogan, co-founder of Atlantic Records. What do people eat in Turkey? The next section is guaranteed to make you hungry.
Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock.
While any list on the matter is subjective, Turkish cuisine is often considered among the best in the world. A mixture of other cultures and home innovation, the cuisine varies depending on the region. One of the most popular types of food Turkey is associated with is the kebab. Meat on a stick? What's not to like? Not all kebabs are cooked on a skewer, however. There are all kinds of variations, the most popular being the doner and shish kebabs. Doner kebabs are cooked on a vertical rotisserie. They generally consist of marinated slices of lamb or chicken that rotates as it cooks. The cooked meat is then shaved off the rotisserie using a large knife or electric slicer. My favorite, the shish kebab, is made up of pieces of marinated meat and vegetables threaded onto a skewer, then grilled or cooked over an open flame. The term shish refers to the skewer itself. Lahmacun is a thin, round flatbread often referred to as Turkish pizza, though it isn't quite the same. It's rolled out thinly into a round shape and then topped with a spread known as lahmacun sauce, a mix of ground or minced lamb or beef, finely chopped onions, tomatoes, bell peppers, garlic, and a blend of herbs and spices. Yaprak dolma consists of vine leaves stuffed with a flavorful mixture of rice, herbs, and occasionally minced meat. It's often accompanied by yogurt or a drizzle of lemon juice and olive oil. On the sweet side, the world-famous baklava is a layered pastry dessert made of phyllo pastry filled with chopped nuts and sweetened with syrup or honey. It's traditionally made by filling between the layers of dough with pistachios, walnuts, or almonds. And Turkish Delight is a traditional sweet confectionery made from a gel-like mixture of sugar, water, and cornstarch. The mixture is typically cooked until it thickens and then poured into a shallow tray to cool and set. You might want to have those desserts with Turkish coffee, world-renowned and unique to other types of coffee due to how it's prepared. The coffee is very finely ground and brewed by boiling. The coffee grounds are left in the coffee when served. 52% of Turks reportedly eat yogurt every day, second in the world behind France. The name yogurt even comes from the Turkish language. And finally, despite being consumed around the globe, the people of Turkey drink more tea per capita than any other country in the world. You better extend tea time if you want to catch up, UK.
I'm a whirling dervish. I always twirl on purpose. I'm so surface level. Don't you look behind the curtains. I'm nervous.
The government of Turkey is a presidential republic and, like many other countries, has 3 branches of government. Their most recent constitution was ratified in 1982, but major constitutional reforms were made in 2017 in which the government changed from a parliamentary system to a presidential one. The position of president absorbed the position of head of government along with keeping the role of head of state. The referendum also established a 2-term limit and greatly expanded executive powers. The current president is Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who has held the role since 2014. He won his re-election bid in May of 2023 and will serve a second 5-year term. As for the economy, Turkey has the 19th largest economy in the world when judged by nominal GDP, and the 11th largest when measured by purchasing power parity. Turkey's economy is one of the largest in its region but has struggled in recent years due to inflation, instability from an attempted coup in 2016, and the declining value of the Turkish lira. Agriculture is an important sector of Turkey's economy, and it is one of the world's top 10 agricultural producers. World leaders in a number of areas, Turkey leads the world in the production of a number of foods including cherries, apricots, oregano, and figs. Turkey dominates the market for hazelnuts, producing about 70% of the world's production. As for tourism, reports in 2022 show that Turkey is currently the 4th most visited country in the world by international tourists. There are tons of places to see throughout the country, with Istanbul being a great place to start. If you go, the Hagia Sophia is one of the most recognizable and significant buildings in the world. Commissioned by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I in the 6th century, it served as the primary cathedral of Constantinople for nearly 1,000 years. Its most distinctive feature is its massive dome, which at the time of its construction was the largest in the world. It was repurposed as a mosque after the Ottoman conquest of Constantinople in 1453 and remained so until 1935 when it became a museum. It was again turned into a mosque in 2020. The Blue Mosque, built in the 17th century by Sultan Ahmet, takes its name from the blue tiles on the dome and the upper levels of the interior. And perhaps you want to shop at the Grand Bazaar. Built in the 1450s, it is one of the largest and oldest covered markets in the world. One of the most visited places on earth, it has 61 covered streets and over 4,000 shops. Beyond Istanbul, there are many historical sites to be seen in Turkey. The best view might come from a hot air balloon over the historic region of Cappadocia. A year-round operation, there are all kinds of things to see from above, such as the Görem Open Air Museum, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Turkey is home to the archaeological site of Troy, the ancient city made famous by Homer's poems The Iliad and Odyssey. While the Trojan War may or may not have happened, you can still visit the very real Trojan ruins, which had been destroyed and rebuilt many times during its 4,000 years of existence. Pamukkale in western Turkey is famous for its white terraces and thermal pools. People have bathed in its pools for thousands of years, including Egypt's Cleopatra. The ancient Greek city of Hierapolis was built on top of the hot springs by the kings of Pergamon. And built on a cliffside within the Pontic Mountains, the Sumela Monastery is an ancient Orthodox monastery built in the 4th century. Today, it's a museum and beloved tourist attraction.
Wake up, get up, stretch my legs.
The land that is today Turkey is prominent in the Bible, and the term Christian was first used in the ancient city of Antioch. The 3 great apostles, Peter, Paul, and John, are all linked with churches in present-day Turkey. There are a number of references to Anatolian regions and cities in the Old Testament, and 2/3 of the 27 books in the New Testament were either written to or from Asia Minor. Paul spent 3 years in Ephesus and traveled the region spreading the gospel of early Christianity. 2 of the 7 ancient wonders of the world were in present-day Turkey. Both have long been destroyed, but their ruins remain. The Temple of Artemis, located in Ephesus, was a colossal marble structure renowned for its grandeur and size. Despite being destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, it remained a significant cultural and religious site. The mausoleum in Halicarnassus was an elaborate tomb constructed for Mausolus, the ruler of Caria. It featured intricate sculptures, reliefs, and architectural details. Although it was destroyed by earthquakes, its architectural influence endured through the term mausoleum being used to describe grand tombs. And finally, Turkish oil wrestling is a traditional Turkish sport that dates back several centuries. It is a form of wrestling where participants compete while covered in oil, providing a unique and slippery experience. In Turkish oil wrestling, wrestlers wear special leather pants called kispet and douse themselves in olive oil. The objective is for one wrestler to take control of the other by grabbing and controlling their kispet. Every country and culture is an important part of the global community. Some cultures take the proverbial bull by the horns and others grab it by the kispet. Stay tuned for more videos, with the next being about the history of Turkey. Thanks for watching and joining us on our journey to better understand the global community.
Siblings on my nerves.